Alright, so with Avengers 5, the next Avengers film that is in development, it's heavily in development and going into filming like possibly soon. And with everything that we know about this upcoming Avengers movie, and that it's going to be insanely huge with more than 60 characters making their return in this film with iconic heroes that we all know and love, and that even that it's been like heavily rumored about who could possibly show up and stuff like that, and even with the director that is in talks with Sean Levy, but now we have the biggest confirmation ever, especially coming from Doctor Strange himself. But that's why Benedict Cumberbatch has revealed an exciting update for the next Avengers film and so much more as well. So that's really a break it down here is to talk about what he said, and even for when we can expect Avengers 5 to start filming, and if we're gonna get any information going forward, especially from Marvel Studios themselves as well. And so if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future vids. But now let's get to it. And now, as I mentioned before, that this is coming from Doctor Strange himself, Benedict Cumberbatch, as he was recently talking about his iconic characters, and it was on the YouTube channel, still watching Netflix, and obviously it's like a project with Netflix, and for what we could tell that he's in a new television miniseries called Eric, and he was going over his iconic roles from the past, but then right when he was talking about Doctor Strange, who was the character that we all know and love from the Infinity Saga and from Spider-Man No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, he said this.
It's been a pretty lovely relationship with that company ever since. I'm very much looking forward to Avengers next year, which is cooking up a storm.
And now, especially with this confirmation coming from Benedict Cumberbatch himself, and even if Marvel gave him the clear approved sign to even say this in this video, but it's obviously clear sign that with Doctor Strange is officially returning in Avengers 5, and we don't know what the title of this next Avengers film could be, even though with everything that has lined up, especially from what the post-credit scene for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness showed, with Doctor Strange going with Clea as an incursion happened, and that's what we're going to explore in Secret Wars. And even with Avengers 5, it's going to be the dominant setup for everything that's about to happen, especially with more than 60 characters returning in, and there are rumors though, but even with Avengers Secret Wars, it's going to be a huge endgame level event, or something bigger than that, with all our favorite heroes coming together, and even with Doctor Strange involved with Avengers 5, and something tells me that they're possibly going to follow with everything, and possibly even after Doctor Strange 3, and even with the return of Doctor Strange in the next Avengers film, that something tells me that something big is about to go down, and that there's just so many possibilities. With some takeaways from this for when he said this is that with Avengers 5 that is going into filming next year in 2025, and even with the rumors that points out they might start filming at the end of this year around New Year's Eve 2024, but now with Avengers 5 going into filming in 2025 of next year, it gives a clear sign that they're going to release this next movie in May of 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars of the year after that in 2027. So it lines up perfectly. And for what he teased, that he hints that with the fans that they're going to be on the edge. Other seats, it's going to be quite a storm. And even with him saying this, just in this interview alone, and something tells me that Marvel is definitely cooking up something, especially for how big this next Avengers film is going to be, because we don't know. We know that so many characters are going to be returning, and even with the budget and just everything that has in store, I believe that I didn't want to go out with a bang with the multiverse saga and gathering up all the heroes, and there's so much more. And I'm thinking that with Doctor Strange, for what he has involved in this, I'm thinking that he'll help the new Avengers team. And also something else that I want to point out here is that even with Sean Levy, who is rumored to be directing Avengers 5, I mean, he is in talks, and even with the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine, if it is a box office success, which Marvel is tracking to be with its box office numbers. It's going to be a smash hit. It's going to do $1 billion, and even with Marvel that has offered him like so much to be the director for the next Avengers film, Avengers 5, and I would like him to direct the next Avengers film because we've seen his work like outside of Marvel, like Stranger Things, but even with him directing the next Avengers film, and with everything that's lined up at me, they're going to need him sooner than later because if with a filming date that is set for Avengers 5 towards like 2025 of next year, and they're going to need a director for this. And even with the upcoming San Diego Comic-Con of this year, they could reveal some stuff for Avengers 5, like the title, who is going to be directing it, and other news that we could possibly know. But even with this coming from Benedict Cumberbatch himself and not giving anything away, it gets me so hyped up that in 2026 we're getting an Avengers film. Even for something else that is also lined up as well, because with Doctor Strange 3, it's going to explore the dark dimension of what Doctor Strange is up to, especially after Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be setting him up for Avengers 5, where he's going to be teaming up with a new Avengers team, and that's going to set up everything towards that, and like exploring the mystical side, and like mainly he's going to be joined by Clea, and for even everything that's going to be going down in the next Doctor Strange film, it's going to set up so much and possibly impact the multiverse in any way, shape, or form. And even with everything that is going down in the next Avengers film, and with Deadpool and Wolverine that is out this summer, this July, it is going to set up everything. It's going to place Deadpool and Wolverine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Whether I think they're going to be in Avengers 5, it depends for what's gonna go down towards the end of that film. But this is what gets me excited because with everything that Marvel is building up from the last couple of phases, and having this connectivity, and to set up the next Avengers film, and I'm here for it. And I just want the multiverse saga to go out with a bang, and I cannot be more excited for this movie. For my final thoughts is I'm glad that we got an official update for Avengers 5 from Benedict Cumberbatch himself, Doctor Strange, as like he said, filming is about to get started next year, and we're going to be getting some pretty big announcements from Marvel at sometime this summer at the San Diego Comic-Con, where they're going to reveal the title of big stuff that we should know about. They're going to recast Kang, or like some other big stuff that's about to go down, and even with all these rumors and all these characters returning, like even more than 60, I mean that's like insane. So that they want Avengers 5 to be possibly even bigger, and possibly with Secret Wars to be bigger than Avengers Endgame, and I'm all here for it. And I'm excited to see Doctor Strange return and what role he has, especially with Doctor Strange 3, and for his role for the next film as well. And so that's going to do it for this video. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and what are your thoughts on this exciting news with Benedict Cumberbatch himself giving us an exciting update for Avengers 5. And just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. And also follow my social medias, all which are linked down below, including my Patreon. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.